It's crazy. You know, most people, like, I keep asking people, like, yeah, you got a problem with mice? And they're like, yeah, I have a problem with mice. Like, all right, this tractor, I drove this last year, right? And I mean, there wasn't a freaking mouse nest in it, right? Mouse nest, mouse nest. Look at my seat. This is a brand new $200 and almost $300 fucking seat. It's got mouse piss all over it, mouse shit all over it. I'm sure there's more mice all over this fucking thing. I'm sure it's probably ruined. They just destroy everything I own. It's crazy. That's why I'm so glad the vegetable farm is finally gone. It's like we deal with just seeds, right? This thing don't run. I'm sure this thing. Last time I tried to start it a year or two ago, wouldn't start. It was like grinding. There's probably a mouse nest up in it. It's got to all come apart. And then check out my toolboxes. This is me just pulling mice nests. Every single drawer. It's like crazy. Like here, all my valuable tools. Spent, I don't know, thousands of dollars just to buy. I spent thousands of dollars on toolboxes to keep my tools nice, and they're not nice. It's crazy, huh? Every drawer full of mice. Mice piss is like, this mice piss is like poison to tools. All my sockets, all hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, all garbage. Crazy. I bought this toolbox to keep my tools nice. My tools ain't nice. It's like, I don't get excited, you know, but it's just, it's how God works, you know. Look at that mice piss all over the fucking mouse shit all over this freaking tractor. It's crazy. Look at this. All these. Nothing I can do. Look at them. They're freaking running away. Crazy. I don't like to kill things either, but it's like, man, I hate these things. Yeah. They ruin everything I own. Destroy everything I own. That's why I have to get rid of everything, just because it's like, if I don't get rid of it, it'll just be ruined anyway. Yep. I don't want to kill you. I do want to kill you, but I don't want to kill you. You know, when I was younger, I would have bit that fucker's head off. I'm not even lying. I used to have such a mean streak. And I don't have it anymore, and it's like, it kind of irritates me. Yeah, let's get over here. That's the worst part, is I'm not a killer no more, and it's like, it bothers me. I wish I could just kill that fucking thing, and I don't know what to do about it. They destroy everything. We got birds. Birds destroy all my stuff, too. I got a bird nest right here. They just built a bird's nest on my table. Everybody built a bird. The birds don't bother me too bad, I guess. But it's just crazy. Like, I'm hoping they. What happens with vermin is they get a disease. You know, nature takes care of them. Hopefully, now that the vegetables are gone, I mean, there's a big population because just last year we had a farm here. And we had pumpkins and seeds and stuff like that. Like, see all these little seeds over here? They eat all this shit, you know. So hopefully, or like even like this is all. To be honest, this shed this was built so I could drive right through it. You know, this is just built to house equipment. You know what I mean? This isn't like a shop. This is like just for the house equipment. You know, just to keep it out of the weather. You know. And my dad put this wall up. These you could have bought. I could have bought this with the end wall already that came with it for like, it was so stupid cheap. And my dad chose to not buy it because it was that cheap. Well, then again, money don't grow on trees. So I mean, I can honestly say, hey, you know, he had the money. He had the money where he could have done it. You know, it wasn't like he was, you know, of course that's how he had money, from being cheap. But yeah, so he built this wall out of rebar and pipes and put tarps over it, and it lasted, I'm going to say 3 months. He probably did this in October, like right around this time of year. I helped him. It took 2 days to put all this shit together, and it lasted probably 3 months. By By January, it was just nothing but holes and tarps flapping around. Now it just looks horrible. And that's how my dad did things forever, too. He was always, my dad was a fucking hack like that. He was an old farmer, man. Farmers are duct tape and baling twine, you know? He was a duct tape and baling twine kind of guy. And now that I'm in charge, it's like kind of hard for me because I'm having to do the same thing now where I've never been like that. I've always been, if I'm going to do it, I just want to do it right. It used to kill me doing it for Dad because it'd be like, you know, he was always in charge. He was the boss, man. He's the boss. And I've always respected him. I've always, you know, he's the boss. And did it his way no matter how hard I didn't want to, because I was this kind of guy where if I'm going to do it, I want to do it once and do it right and be done with it and never have to do it again. And, you know, money don't grow on trees, so I do have to make some compromises here and there, see, it kills me about the end wall, because now it's like, I don't even know where we bought this thing. I don't know, you know, I'd love to just say the end wall is an extra if I could get the end wall for $500, I would just do it, you know, but it's, now that it's X amount of years old, I don't even know where if you can get one, or, you know, and trying to find somebody to do it. I've talked to 3 guys that said they were going to come up here and build me an end wall. They all come up, they say, oh yeah, and they never come back. You know, and it's like, because I want it done, you know, I want it done. I'll pay them. They told me a price. They told me they'd do it, and they just never came back. I can do it. I just lately I've been really motivated. I've been out here every day, all day. I've been busy. I've been going to work, and for the last couple of months, you know, I've been a real, you know, my whole life I was always hyperactive, you know. And in the last year, I really had no drive, man. It was like, you know, normally lately I come out here and it's like I wake up and it's sunny and I come outside and I want to be outside, you know. And it's like this summer it was like I didn't, you know, and it was like really hard on me. It was like because I've never been I know you know why I went through it is though. I've always picked on lazy people. I never understood them, you know, like I had to experience that. Now that I understand why people do that. Why people are like just sit around and stuff. It's because it's like, you know, like I never understood it. I never understood like how can somebody just like sit there. You know, it's like I never understood it. You know, and all of a sudden this year now I finally understand why people can just sit around. It's just they don't feel like doing it. Yeah, I didn't feel like doing anything. It was weird. It was like, you know, I had a million things to do, and yet I didn't feel like doing anything. And I've never experienced that my whole life. And also, like I said, I think laziness is demonic. I think it's demonic. I think it was like demons. Because I've never experienced that. I've never not had drive. You know, guys I worked with, whether you would make fun of me or guys would literally get mad at me because I'm just like always motivated. I'm always like doing stuff. You know, guys I work with, you know what I mean? I was always the boss or whatever, you know, when, you know, lunch is over, I'd pick up my tool belt and go back to work and all the guys would be like, oh, what the fuck, Eric? You know, like most guys, I've been pretty much hated my whole life. Any guy I'm gonna go to work or whatever, you know. The guys just don't like me, you know. And, I just do my job, you know, and stuff like that. And I've never wanted to be the boss, but I always end up as the boss. I don't even want to be the. I would literally go to work and pretend I'm dumb just so I don't get promoted and stuff like that. Or if or say I got offered a promotion, I would turn it down and turn it down and turn it down. And for some reason, the company would make me take the fucking promotion. Like they would, somehow I would end up where I'd have to take it. You know what I mean? Like they would do something kind of grimy. You know, like team me up with a guy. All right, say I didn't want to be the boss. Like say there was like a couple, you know, a big company or something like that. I didn't want to be in charge. And what they would do is they'd have me go work with the fucking guy that nobody ever wants to work with. That was just horrible to work for. And then they'd pull off the old, oh, well, if you don't want to work with him, here's a truck and a crew. And I'd end up fucking, something like that. It would always happen like that. Or I'd ask for like more money or something. They'd be like, oh, well, you got to be a fucking foreman or, something like that. You know what I mean? But it sucks because, like I've always I've been, shit, I had a company truck when I was fucking 19 years old. You know what I mean? I've always been the boss. And I've always hated it. I even like purposely even like me, like when how did I even get on this conversation? But anyway, yeah, shit, sorry. But yeah, I just never liked it. I never liked being in charge. I never liked it. And that's how life works, If you don't want it, you get it. If you want it, you don't get it. Almost like this equipment here. I'm a minimalist. I don't really like this machinery and stuff. I don't want to own this. I own it. I mean, I can't just bring myself to bring it to the scrapyard quite yet, because it's, that'd be almost just stupid, It would be stupid. Or just to give it away. I would if I could ship this to India or Pakistan or South America or something like that, where people would really appreciate this, I would send it there. I really would. I'd love to see this go to South America or somebody that can really use this equipment. I've offered it to people. I got rototillers, everything. I keep, the Jamaicans, I keep offering. And that's funny, I can't get rid of this fucking shit, to be honest. It's crazy. Can't get rid of it since my dad died. My dad was a hoarder. I was trying to get him to part with stuff before he died, and he wouldn't get rid of nothing. I'd have guys offer to buy it and tell Dad, hey, this guy's looking to buy it. No, I ain't getting rid of it. So now I'm stuck with all of it. It sucks. This right here is mine. This dozer is mine. I actually picked this up. This is my dozer. I bought that for $500. Didn't run nothing. The only thing wrong with this dozer is what happened is I rebuilt the engine and everything. The only thing is this is there's a couple, like, say, all right, this block right here, it was made in we're going to say 75. Say this, just for an example, this block was made in 1975. And the rebuild kit I bought for and after say it was built in 1975. In 1976, they changed the design to a different head gasket. And you could no longer get this head gasket that went on this machine. And even though they make the exact same motor, it's just a little bit different. And so the original one that I need, they don't make anymore. And I could upgrade this. I'd have to re-bore the whole engine and have it all machined for the only head gasket I can work on it. And now I did find some old OEM gaskets online. I found an old timer that, I'm after a lot of research and a lot of searching. I did find a guy that had the gasket. And at the time when I found a gasket, I didn't have the money because it was like big bucks. It was like $500, which I didn't have at the time. And I didn't really want to spend on this. Now, I gotta go in the, I'm actually gonna go in the house and try to find that gasket again. But it sucked because I literally, when I bought this dozer, it was literally sitting in a field for 20 years, not running, all seized up. I went through it, bought everything, rebuilt the whole entire engine. And, it came, I bought the kit, the rebuild kit, it came with the pistons, sleeves, everything. Rebuilt the whole motor. But the rebuild kit that it came with, for this motor, came with that gasket that said that was for the new engine, for the newer model, without a fire ring on it. They call it a bigger flange. They call it a bigger flange piston. This has the small flange piston. And everybody that I talked to that sells rebuild kits, they all said, oh yeah, it's a universal gasket. It'll work on a big flange or the little flange. It won't. It won't work on the one with the smaller. That gasket does not work on this engine. What it does is it runs, but it gets blow by. So now I got oil coming up the going into the radiator, and you get blow by. It's not sealing right. So I got the gasket. I rebuilt the whole engine. It works great, except for the head gasket's not good enough. It's getting blow by, and I haven't run. It runs. I can use it and everything, but I just got to sit here because I don't want to blow it up. Because then once I blow it up, then this engine's junk, And so to either fix that problem, I'm gonna have to I can buy the new kit, and it's funny too because when I redid the engine, and they even know about the small flange or the big flange, and I ordered the small flange rebuild kit, and the pistons came, everything, they're all right for this engine without having to machine it. And if I could go back in time, I would have bought I would have just had it redone. I would have had the engine all reworked. I would have had the engine machined and everything, and it would have all been said and done. Except for the people that were selling me parts, they didn't tell me that gasket wasn't going to work. They assured me that gasket would work. I even bought 2 gaskets because the first one didn't work, and I went to another company, and they told me, oh no, this gasket works. I bought their gasket, same fucking gasket. Just trying to sell me parts. $100 gasket. I bought 200. I spent $300 on 2 gaskets that don't work for this machine. But what happened is, so it's getting blow by. Blow by's coming out here, and it's in the radiator, and it won't hold antifreeze because it will. Like I said, I can run it and everything. Just if I keep running, I'm gonna blow the engine up. And that's just. Then I'll need to get a whole new engine from a 1960s case. She runs great, starts great, drives great, but it won't hold antifreeze because the antifreeze is getting the radiator's getting pressurized and blowing the antifreeze out the overflow, and it'll run for a little while, but it's just not. It's not. I wouldn't want to run. I don't want to run it. I don't want to. I want it right. I need it right to run it. And I already rebuilt it and stuff. And the problem is when you already go through all that work and it doesn't work, it's like almost like it's just like you lose motivation. Like it'd take me probably a day. It'd take me 2-3 days to rip that engine all back down again. And so like I've already had it all the way down. And it's like I got to rebuild the engine twice. I already rebuilt the whole entire engine, and now I got to rebuild the whole entire engine again, basically. It kills you, And but the good thing is, if I do rebuild this engine, see, this is before we started with Fords, we used to run case. So it just so happens this is the exact same engine. So basically, I have, and it just so happens something's wrong with this engine. So I literally have, this is all original, never needed any work or anything. So it just so happens, it's not a total waste. I got the same exact engine, you know what I mean? So I'll literally have all these parts this whole rebuild kit, I'll have for that engine over there. That's one thing that's kind of nice, Because I'm sure this is probably a small flange too. Unfortunately. Yeah, you can get anything you want for these engines. The only thing you cannot get is that head gasket. If you have the head gasket with the small flange pistons, you need to have the whole engine machined for the big flange, the wide flange pistons. That's the only thing I've ever came across. Some people always say about you'll never get parts. This is the only thing I've ever had where I can't get parts. Out of any old classic tractors or anything, is the only thing I've ever come across where I can't find a part. And I can't find a part. I did find a part, but it was like the head gasket that I bought. The 2 head gaskets I bought that they said would work. They said is for this machine that ain't. The company Allstate. I think I bought one through Allstate, and I think I bought one through like Granger or Broken Tractor or something. I forget. Broken Tractor or whatever. Either way, it don't work. I need a case OEM $500 old stock gasket with fire rings for this engine. And yeah, they'll all tell you it'll work, and it will not work on this tractor. It will not work. I don't care what anybody says. So if you're ever messing with one of these old cases with it's a I want to say 188 cubic inch, 188. I think these are 188s they're called. It's been a while. 180. If you're messing with the 188 and it's got the small flange, do your research first. A lot of research went into this. Books and shit. But yeah, I redid the pump on this. Everything. And I had it all the way down and just redid the cylinders, re-sleeved them, everything to turn around and put it all back together and find out the fucking head gasket's wrong. And they said it was the right head gasket. And they'll say it is the right head gasket. And it's not. Yeah, it's a nice little dozer. This little dozer's got some nuts, too. It's got the 6-way blade. It's got it's a nice little machine. No, so I'm a little bit upset about this. Someday I'll start working on it again. I definitely want it. Just you got so much shit to do. It's just I've already torn it all down once, and it's just to do it again. It's just like it kills you. Needs a little more work. I got to do. I basically got to go through the whole thing. Another thing is this right here. That shaft right here. And to do that, I got to take the tracks off and everything. That's a big project. Which is what it is. But it's a powerful. These are powerful little dozers, though. These old case. These 310Gs are pretty powerful. More powerful. It's got good tracks on it. All the new roll. I did all the rollers on the bottom. I went right through it, man. If it wasn't for the engine that I already rebuilt, I should be working on all this. I wanted to redo the cylinders and all the lines and everything. That was my next step. And instead, I gotta rebuild an engine that I already rebuilt. That kind of kills me. And instead, now I have to rebuild the engine that I already rebuilt. That's the worst part. I already rebuilt that engine, and I have to rebuild a freshly rebuilt engine. Kills me. I have to rebuild a freshly rebuilt engine. Yeah, probably got about a half an hour on it. Nice looking machine though. But say you were gonna go buy a new, it's whatever. If I was gonna go buy a new cat or something like that, I mean, you're gonna. I don't want a big dozer. This is just a little toy to me. It's just gonna be my toy. It's got the 6-blade blade, the gray dirt and stuff. This isn't like for popping stumps and that. This is for like fine tuning. You know what I mean? This is for like leveling a driveway out or something like that. With that 6-blade blade. But yeah, I wanted to put the money in, put the work into the that stuff. And instead, I'm stuck with the fucking engine already again. But yeah, this one I really, really, really want to see this one get some work done. Someday I do want to attack this. I just got so much shit I'm always doing. That's the only thing. But I always wanted I have another one too. I have a 320. It's a little older and it's a gas engine and it's got it's a bulldozer. Like this is a crawler with a 6-blade blade. I actually have the dozer right over there that runs on gas and it's older and it's a Terex 320. There was only 400 of them made. It was before this. And I always wanted to get that. I want to get that. I need an engine for that. And someday, I just got to find a motor for it. That takes a 348. I think it's a 348. 148. Case 148. Or I think it's almost a Continental, they call it, or something. I don't know. I forgot. I used to know. I used to be able to... my dyslexia kicks in when it comes to numbers. But yeah, it's a 148, I think it was called. 148, yeah. But yeah, the other one's, I want to get the other one going. But then, I say I put a couple grand in each one of them, I'll have like enough, where they're just toys, they're little toys to me. They're not like, they're not like money made. You know, it's not like I'm running a business where I'd be using them every day and stuff. And even then, it's if I did put the work into them, they're pretty decent machinery. Like where these are pretty reliable. These machines where if I got them running good, I could work them. To replace it with a brand new dozer, it'd probably be about fucking $200,000. Something like that. I don't know how much they'd be, but yeah. But I like it because it's small. When I just seen it, and I was like, that is a freaking coolest little dozer I've ever seen. And because we've always had a little dozer around. My grandfather loved dozers. We always had like John Deere dozers and stuff like that. And I seen this sitting in an old field. I seen this sitting in a field one day, and I just liked it, grabbed it, and bought it. $500. Bought it, and it was just sitting in the field and sitting there forever. And brought it home and went to town on it. But yeah, that's what happened. Is the head gasket came across, rebuilt the engine and everything, and the head gasket killed me. Yeah, it just so happens I got the same engine in this, and this thing ain't running now, so I'm probably gonna have to open up this one. See, I'm gonna get some. Yeah.